Hello, everybody. I just want to do a quick mic check. If you want to let me know in the chat if the audio is good, because I can mess with it. And I don't want to jump right into it if you guys cannot hear me. So hook me up with a thumbs up in the chat if it all sounds good. Hello, my name is Christine. Welcome to the live stream today. I'm going to talk about something I've been thinking about a lot the last, year, definitely the last 2 months. And towards the end of the live stream, I will give you a finger cut update. But we're not going to talk about it right now. We will wait. So let me get through the story a little bit. If you guys have any questions, I will get to those in a little bit, maybe in like 10 minutes. So if you have questions, don't forget to leave them in the chat, and I will try my best to answer as many as possible. So let's talk decluttering and how the heck that saved me money. So if you know anything about me, saving money is probably my most favorite thing on the planet Earth. I love saving money on anything, and it leads me down this path of overconsumption in some ways, definitely when I was younger, because I'm like, oh, this shirt is only $1. It doesn't fit that great. I don't really like puffy sleeves because I have big shoulders anyway, but it's only $1, so I'm gonna buy it, okay? I'm sure many of you are the same way. So I tended to accumulate some stuff. And as someone that had a little bit of a lower income for a really long time with 4 kids, I wanted deals for everything. So the kids' clothes, I would buy on sale for the next season, put them in bins. I had a little bit of bin-itis, if you know what I'm saying. And that's how I lived my life. And as a stay-at-home mom, I spent a good chunk of my day with the kids, just maintaining what I had. And I'm pretty, I'm going to say good at keeping my kitchen clean. Kitchen's no problem for me. It's my space. The sound sounds broken up. Just verify with me that the sound is still okay. I messed with this plug earlier, so I was kind of hoping it was still working. Okay. If it sounds good, just let me know in the chat that the mic is good, or if it's choppy. If it's choppy, you can try and refresh the page and come back in and let me know it's good. Okay, so maybe it was just the one computer. So as I'm saying, what was I saying? I got distracted. I got distracted by the technical difficulties. Okay, my point is, as a mom with 4 kids at my house, I'm good at keeping my kitchen clean because it's the space I like, but the rest of the house, not so much. It's not that I'm a messy person. Like, I'm not dirty, if that makes sense, but I have like stuff. You know what I mean? The laundry. For the love of all that is holy, the frigging laundry. Am I right? The mail that comes in the house. They're not even letters. They're bills, they're ads, it's paper that I have to deal with and make decisions on. And I just don't wanna. I just don't want to do it. So I tend to set it to the side. So it's a pile of paper that I have to go to one day, but I don't, because I'd rather take my kids to the park. Okay, so that's kind of how I live my life for a long time. Oh, we can stop the storytelling for this one right here. My grandpa's chicken and rice. It is a hit. It is ridiculous how good this dish is. There's like no ingredients. It's so dang cheap. In fact, it's so cheap and so simple that I forget to make it, if that makes sense. I'm like, ooh, what could be new and interesting for dinner? So I just made it randomly recently, and my sons were like, this is my favorite chicken dish you ever make. And I'm like, ever? Seriously? Yes. Teenage sons, they love it. Okay, so here's the progress of my story, the decluttering. 2020 hit. Do you guys remember 2020? Can you believe it was 4 years ago? Oh my gosh. In 2020, when I found myself at home like all the time, and I had to deal with my crap that was there all the time, I realized I had a little bit of a problem, and I started the declutter process. And I'm pretty sure it was 2021 that the amazing Dawn from The Minimal Mom invited a bunch of YouTubers to be a part of her like year of organizing or something like that. I can't remember what she called it, but every month we all did a video, and it was all in one big playlist. of organizing something in your house, and each month had a theme. So like one month it was paper clutter, and one month it was clothes, and then one month it was the kitchen. And so I was a part of that for the entire year. That's how I met Dawn. We chatted via email and text for a really long time before we met in person. And I started the process while filming it and putting it online, which I don't know if that was a smart idea, but it was. So I started exercising my declutter muscles. Fast forward several years, now it's 2024. The last year, I'd say 2023, I leaned into the declutter even more, even more. I can't remember who says that you do it in layers. Some organizing person says that you do it in layers. And I did, like, I was dealing with my 10 years of messy motherhood. Okay, so it took a really long time to get to where I am now. In 2023, I did a deeper dive. I went into my kids' rooms and I was like, okay, everything that doesn't fit you, that you don't like, that takes up room in your drawers, it's out, with the big black trash bag, and it goes. I did games, I did puzzles. I even went through my beloved kitchen stuff with real eyes and saw that cherry pitter that I used to use 6 years ago when I would pick people's cherries, but I haven't used it in 6 years. It goes. Because I can get another one if I need to. I can't see myself pitting cherries in the next year. I just can't see it. It goes. I got these like donut, the donut silicone molds. I got some of those to make some YouTube videos for fun. I don't use them. They go. Everything goes. I just went through my books again for the 10th time. Like 2 days ago with my kids, I was like, kids, have you read this? Do you want to keep this? I'm never going to read this again. It goes. I've been ruthless. Really, really ruthless. If you saw the video where my husband lost the bet of the jar of jalapenos and he lost his ties. Okay. My husband had not looked at his ties in 10 years. He didn't even know what he had. I pulled them all out and he was like, whoa, that's too many ties, but he just didn't look at them. That's what I've been working on. We start 2024. And yeah, the ties. Oh, just recently this, here, I'll show this comment right here. Yeah, I filmed it and put it on a video, but just recently he was like, hey, have you seen my blah, blah, blah tie? And I was like, you're going to have to just find a different one. He wears a tie to work every day, actually. He wears business professional. So it's a button up and tie every day. So 5 days a week. A lot of ties. Okay. In 2024, I decided to do a major pantry and freezer clean out, which means I'm using up all my expired food. I just made a video on cooking with expired food where I'm using this stuff. What day is it today? February something, 9th? I've barely made a dent. This is extremely eye-opening to me. I'm a little shocked that I basically haven't really bought that many groceries and I've barely made a dent. And I was like, wow, I have a bigger problem than I thought. So as I'm like, okay, I have this, we're going to use it. I have this, we're going to use it. Instead of let's go to the grocery store, which is the normal thing, or I need black pants for this event, or could I pick something else? What I'm learning is I don't shop anymore. Tell me if you have also done this. Like if you're going through the decluttering journey and you're making a concentrated effort, like concentrated goals of like, no, I'm not buying soda. No, I'm not paying for streaming services. These are some of the things I wasn't going to do this year. And as I eliminated them out, I realized how much I really used in the first place, honestly, and how much I didn't need or want, and how much I can fill my time with other things. More important things, I find myself buying less, is what I'm saying, because I have put so much work into the declutter process that I don't want to do it again, right? I don't want to do it again. So I'm like, oh, those shoes, but nah, I already have these other black shoes. They're going to work. So I find myself shopping. And what's super interesting is I am on Instagram, right? For my job, for this kind of stuff. I'm not good at it, but if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm there. I have an account. I post like once a week. I should really do better at that. I don't know. But what I did, because I had some things come up and things like this, like a reel would pop up that would be like, run to Walmart and get this Lulu dupe from Walmart. This is what I did. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, the Lulu dupe from Walmart. I go to Walmart for other stuff too, probably for the water pick. My son just got braces. If you have braces, a kid with braces, get him a water pick. It's amazing. That's all I have to say about that. But I'm there and I'm like, let me go look at the Lulu dupe. Okay, so I go and look at it. It sucks. I'm not trying to be critical. I'm not. It's not a Lulu dupe, okay? I have some Lulu stuff that I got on clearance. It's really, really high quality, really great. This jacket that kind of sort of looks like one. It doesn't fit the same. The fabric is garbage. It's garbage. It's total garbage. And I got irrationally angry at this random person making a reel about something at Walmart. Because I'm like, why are you trying to make someone go buy garbage at Walmart that they're probably going to declutter in 2 months because they never reach for it because it's garbage? And I got irrationally angry and I went into my Instagram and I stopped following basically everybody. I cut it down to 40 people. I follow 40 people on Instagram. That's it. And 35 of those are family members. And the other 5 are like Dawn, Cass, a couple of those, right? It does something to you in your head. I have never spent so little on anything, like ever. My kids are like, oh, I grew out of these pants. I have three teenage sons, by the way. One of my kids, I grew out of these pants and I'm like, oh, I don't have a bin of spare pants anymore. I don't keep them. So I'm like, well, let's go up to the older boy, see if he has one. I'm calling my friends. Do you have one? And Dawn's is the minimal mom. Sorry, I'm answering questions like kind of in the middle. That's probably distracting. Dawn's Instagram, I believe, is the minimal mom, is what it is. And then Cass's, I think, is Clutterbug or Cass from Clutterbug, maybe. My point is that when you really jump down the rabbit hole of decluttering, you stop spending. I've been doing this research for this other project about why we spend, okay? And they talked specifically about the effects of the pandemic in 2020 and people being isolated and lonely, social media making people isolated and lonely, and how it pushes them into spending and shopping because they're bored and lonely. It's such an interesting tie between one to the other. When you're bored and lonely, you shop to make yourself feel better. And there's probably nothing more fun than that complete purchase button that you hit on the internet, right? But it's almost like when it shows up at your house, you're not even excited anymore. You're like, yeah, the most fun part was hitting the button because it gives you this dopamine hit. You got to find something else. You have to find something else to give you the dopamine hit. Go talk to a friend. Please exercise. Oh my gosh, please move your body and sweat. Yes, it's good for your physical fitness. It gives you muscles, whatever, blah. But it's so good for your head. Yesterday, I was having a rough day yesterday. My daughter's gone. My finger freaking hurts. And I called my friend and I'm like, I need girl time. And she's like, I'm frosting cupcakes for my daughter's, birthday. Can you come over? So I just went over and sat on her kitchen chair for an hour. We didn't even talk about my finger, the fact that my daughter moved out. We just chatted because I needed to be with a person, like a girl, for an hour. And I felt so great. I felt so great when I was done. I didn't need to go shopping or go on Amazon or go on, I don't know where you guys like to shop. Amazon, that pretty much has everything for me. My town has nothing unless it's Walmart. If I can't get it at Walmart, I'm not getting it. Okay, that's kind of my rant about saving money and decluttering. That's my tie together. How long have I been talking right now? 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. What? 15 minutes. Okay. If you guys have any questions, Let's start throwing those in here. We can talk about anything you want. I would really love to talk about saving money. That's my favorite topic. I could also talk about decluttering. I've helped a lot of friends. I'm currently helping some people in the declutter process. So I can, give some thoughts on that process as well. If you have those questions, I'm not an expert. I feel like I'm a messy person by nature. It's not that I don't love a clean home. I do. I would just rather do anything else. So I have to find like tricks to make keeping my home clean like easy. I feel like Cass and I are the same that way. Maybe we're just naturally messy people and we need all the hacks to make it work. Okay, this is a pretty good question. Let's do this. How do you manage to stay on track without spending? So for me, there's two parts to this. The first one is, why do you want to spend? Is it spending out of boredom, out of loneliness, out of, oh, if I had these shoes, I would be a better mom? Or if my kids had these toys, maybe the kids would be happier. Like what is the shopping that we're talking about first? And then second, it's going to be, you need a bigger goal. You need a really, really big why. Why are you doing this? And if your goal is really huge, it makes it easy. A big enough why can conquer any how. That is true. If your reasons are big enough, this comes much easier. It also helps if you have an accountability partner. So for me, that would be my husband. We can talk to each other. I find that very helpful. Okay, let's check. Let's check some of these other ones. Okay, I love this one. Collection of old VHS. So we did away with our VHS a while ago. We converted to DVD and digital. You can convert all your VHS to DVD and digital. We still have DVDs and a DVD player. Wow, how many times can I say DVD in one paragraph? Oh my gosh. But you can convert them to digital. And really go through them and think, how many years has it been since I've seen the old Disney Cinderella? Be realistic here. How long has it really been? How long? You can probably let it go. VHS takes up so much space. I'm a big fan of digital. Digital's fantastic. Advice for retirement. This question's super interesting. Advice for retirement? I'm not retired. Couldn't say. This is what I hear people say. Instead of retiring away from work, retire into something else. Otherwise, you'll be super bored and then you'll spend all your money. Okay, what else do we have? How to deal with keeping up with the Joneses and judgment from others about being frugal. This feels weird to me. Like, how judgy are they? Because if they're really judgy, these are not friends. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying you might need different friends, because real friends do not care if you don't have, the new chair, or the new car. What is it people care about? The big McMansion? I haven't moved in 11 years. I live in the same house I've lived in for 11 years. It's not great. It's not my favorite. It's big, but I kind of hate my master bedroom. Like, I kind of want a different floor plan, and I'd love some land, but the house itself is fine. It's totally fine. I don't care what other people do. That might come with age, possibly. What do you guys think? Does that come with age? When I was 30, I cared. I am 42. I turned 43 this year. I do not care. Maybe that comes with confidence in the way you handle yourself and your own finances. Like, if you feel confident in your own finances, it's really easy to let a lot of that go. Oh, I had a question. I lost it. What happened? How often will I do a podcast and post a YouTube video? I do a podcast once a week, and I do a YouTube video minimum once a week. So I've been posting on Wednesdays on YouTube and Tuesdays on my podcast. And then sometimes, like this week, I have a couple extras. I think I had 3 videos this week, including this live. just for fun. I just had some extra content I wanted to throw out there, but it's typically going to be one a week. All right, what else do we have? Thank you for saying you wear a clothing item more than once. What does this mean? Do people not say more? Do people not wear clothes more than once? Please explain this to me. Oh, are you saying before washing them? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, the only clothes I wash after one wear are like workout gear. I'm very sweaty. Workout gear, intimates, obviously, probably shirts because I'm sweaty, right? But pants, dresses, coats, I wear those a lot. They even do like visibly dirty or smell before I wash them. Okay. This is good. I like this one. I love a fitness question. You need to create a new routine. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is make it way smaller than what you already have. So let's say week 1, all you're doing is putting on workout clothes at the same time every day. That's it. You're not even working out. You're setting your alarm, you're getting up, and you're putting on workout clothes. That's it. For 1 week. Week 2, you can add a workout. And by a workout, I mean easy. Take a walk around the block, 1 block. Jog for 1 minute. Lift, like do a deadlift like 1 time. That's how easy. Really easy. You're creating habits here, okay? It's not really about the workout at the beginning. Okay, what else do we have? I also wanted to talk about how decluttering has saved me time. Can we talk about that? It was about 6 months ago. I have these 2 best friends. I've known them forever, since our kids were like babies together. We live in different areas now, but we Marco Polo every day. I love Marco Polo. It's one of my favorite things. Sorry, I had something in my throat. And we Marco Polo like every day. While we're cleaning, while we're curling our hair, about everything, okay? And one day, okay, one of the friends is like uber clean. Minimalist to the nines. You could stop by her house at any time and it would be spotless. And if you're watching this, you know who you are. They don't watch all my videos, but I'm like, how do you do, I got my phone. How do you do this? And she's like, well, I just see something and I just put it away. Like it's obvious to her. And one day I just decided to time. I set a timer and I was like, how long is it going to take me to pick up? I'm not even cleaning. I'm not vacuuming or mopping or cleaning bathrooms. I'm not doing laundry. I'm picking up the main level of the house. So I did my bedroom, my bathroom, my closet, the kitchen, the dining area, and the living room and the entry. That's the main area. It took me 2 hours to pick up. Okay, pick up. I was very that day. I'm like, why am I spending 2 hours on a daily pickup? This is ridiculous, completely ridiculous. So that was a few months ago, right? As I said, and I went into my deeper dive of decluttering and I'm like, it all goes. I came up with some methods to deal with things right away. And I instigated more help from the other people that live in the house. Now I can pick up the main level in 15 minutes. I went from 2 hours to 15 minutes by decluttering. And yeah, you have to manage it a little bit. I manage mail the second it comes in the house. It's like garbage, 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 pay this bill, garbage, done. And it's all gone. To answer the Marco Polo question, Marco Polo is a video chatting app. It's like texting, but in video. I use it pretty heavily, actually. I like it quite a bit. All right, more questions. I might have to scroll up a little bit. I'm sure I missed a ton. How do you curb a sweet tooth? Mine's horrible. If you figure that out, let me know. I have a sweet tooth also. I have to substitute it for something else. I have to find like a fruit I really like and I allow it. I find by allowing sweets, I don't binge on them. Does that make sense? So by keeping cookies in my house and ice cream in my house, and I give myself the mental permission to be like, I can have a cookie whenever I want. If I want a cookie after breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I can have one. And because it's there and I gave myself permission, I find I don't want it most of the time. It's a weird mental flip. I had sounds so stupid. I don't want to be like, I have food trauma. But the way you were raised does create like eating patterns in yourself. And I had to realize those patterns in myself. We never had sweets growing up. I grew up pretty, I don't want to say low income. That's not true. Maybe middle class, I suppose, but we never had extras ever. So we didn't have sweets, didn't have soda, didn't have desserts, didn't have snacks in my house growing up ever. So when we did, and even as an adult, like I'd make cookies rarely, but when I made them, I had to have 25 because if I didn't eat as much as I wanted, they would be gone. And like, I was like messed up, right? Yeah, totally the psychology of nutrition. And I had to take a deep dive on myself. Like, what is my problem? And I really had to move into this healthier mindset of like, I'm a grown woman with money and a car and I can cook. And if I want 10 Twix bars, I love Twix bars, by the way. If I want 10 Twix bars, I can go to the store right now. I can go in the middle of the night, buy 10 Twix bars, eat them all myself, and no one's going to stop me. And trying to shift the mindset about how I look at food and sweets has helped with that a lot. It's hard to do, but it has helped. Okay. Yeah, didn't mean to dive into the psychology of nutrition there, but like I struggled with it too, and I had to overcome it also. Linda, I'm so glad you asked this question. Yes, I do. I think meal planning is the number one thing you can do to save money. In fact, you guys, you live people coming to my live, thanks so much for showing up. By the way, you are the first to hear this new exciting news. I have 2 products for you. One is free, one is paid. It's not very much, it's $3. I have put together a 24-page like ebook workbook on my top 10 money saving strategies to save on groceries. It's $3. The link is in the description box. Okay. It's like my best tips. There's papers for you to work through. If you don't want to spend the $3, I did a quick free printable. It's like 1 page and 2 recipes. Also in the description box about meal planning, like my meal planning tips specifically. So the meal planning tips are totally free in the description box. If you want the 24-page workbook, it's $3. They are both available in the description box. It took me so dang long to make. I worked for like 6 weeks on this thing. So I really hope you love it. I'm not great at design, so my husband had a big hand into helping me make it look prettier. But it's such good information. I just think the $3 investment will save you hundreds of dollars every month. And meal planning is 100% the first step. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you a story about my friend. It's also the really clean friend, same friend. We'll call her Betty. Okay. This is Betty. When our kids were small, we used to go to the grocery store, like a group of girls together after the kids were in bed. It's like 8 p.m. or something. Because we got to get out of the house. You know what I'm saying? And we would go to the grocery store and it would be me, our other friend, and Betty. And we go around and me and the other friend would like have our meal plan and we buy specific things and we stick to our list. And then Betty is like, these steaks look great. Blop. Oh, yum. I love apples. Blop. Got to get Gatorade. Blop. Like she just threw crap in the cart. So we're checking out. This was back when Walmart did price matching. Who remembers that? Oh, if you miss Walmart price matching, like this video if you haven't done that yet and subscribe to the channel because it's awesome. So We'd check out and I'd spend like $80 for 2 weeks for my family. This is back in like 2010, okay? I'd spend $80. The other friend would spend maybe 100 or 150. She had more kids than me and they were older. And then Betty would spend like $800. And we'd all get home. And then the other friend and myself, we'd be like, okay, dinner tomorrow is this. Dinner for the next day is this. Oh, you guys want snacks? Here you go, because we had the plan. And then Betty would be like, I don't know what to make for dinner. Let's just go to Taco Bell. I'm telling you, I've seen with my own eyeballs the meal planning. It really, really makes a difference. If you do nothing else, you got to start there. Oh my gosh, how much can I talk about meal planning? Wow. Anyway, those two products are in the description box, the free meal planning guide, and then the 24-page workbook. It's $3 right down there for if you want to go check it out. We're just launching it right now. Like you're the first people to hear about it. Who started saying down in the doobly-doo? Yeah, it wasn't me originally. It was another YouTuber, a guy. I can't remember his name now. I don't know that he does videos anymore, actually. I just thought it was so dang funny. It is funny. I love it. It's hilarious. Oh, no. This comment. You know, I didn't want my channel to turn into the finger injury story channel. But here we go. For those that don't know, I almost cut off my finger 4.5 weeks ago today. It was really, really bad. Really bad. I would say the pain levels are dissipating. The wound is not healed. It was bad. When I say it was bad, I mean it was bad. With a kitchen knife. Yes, I was cooking dinner. Yes, it's Wheezy Waiter. Thank you. Did the doobly-doo. Yes, you're totally right. He's funny. Anyway, had the stitches. It opened back up when the stitches came out. Steri stripped it. Went and saw a hand surgeon. Yes, I saw some people in the comments in my last video were like, you need to see a real surgeon. And I'm like, I went to an orthopedic surgeon. That's who does these. Like, I went to an orthopedic surgeon. Surgery is not possible because of the slice starts right there. Like, and it was like from the nail hooked around all the way up. So he said the nerve endings, like he couldn't do surgery to do a nerve repair because the nerve endings that far up are like too small and wispy. Okay. He said it looked good. It wasn't infected. And then that it was just going to take, like, he's like, you got to regrow all that skin underneath, like all the layers of skin back up to the top. And then I have to regrow nerves because I did cut nerves. And then I do have an appointment with a hand surgeon specialist on Monday. I highly doubt he's going to do surgery for the same reasons, but it's just more of like a, is it healing okay kind of thing, because it is slow. It's really, really slow. Like, it's going to take a long time for those nerves to regrow because I severed all of them. So I'm thinking maybe at the 3-month mark. So I'm just barely past the 1-month mark right now. Oh, it's 1 month today. I think I cut it on February 9th. Yeah, anyway. It's, I don't like talking about it. It makes me nauseous. I have to change the bandage like 2-3 times a day. And when I look at it, it makes me nauseous. That's why I didn't go into the medical field. Yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, I'll talk to the hand surgeon on Monday and I will basically do anything he says. So that's slow. Pain levels have dissipated. I can't use it at all. I can't touch anything. I can't type on the computer. I can't wash my face. I can't use it. It's not feeling good. So there's your finger update. Don't cut your finger off. That's my that's my tip for the day. Don't cut your finger off. All right. Any other questions going on? Yeah, finger. Ouch. Ouch. You got that right. It was agonizing for like the first 3 weeks. 4 weeks. It's really only like in the last 2 days that the pain, like just the pain, is like fading a little. Oh, this one's interesting. Grandson crushed the bones and nerves in a finger with a bowling ball. Yeah, this is interesting because everyone I've talked to that has an injury like this, they say it takes a long time, like 6 months to 12 months, but all their nerves grow back, whether it's a laceration or a crush injury, like they all regain almost 100% full use of their finger because fingers are so good at regeneration. It's really interesting. Anyway, I have to be patient. I hate being patient. Okay, any other questions? This chair. Oh, nope. There. This cute chair is a dupe from, this is from Walmart. It's the Drew Barrymore line, and it's a dupe for Restoration Hardware chair. I think the Restoration Hardware chair is like ridiculous, like $1,500. It comes in white and green, so it's like a sage green. Do you want to see? It swirls. Do you want to? Hang on. I'll show you. Look at this. Woo! It is a great reading chair. It's just on Walmart. If I can find a link, I'll put that in the description later, after this is over. It's, what do I notice that I don't have to buy anymore to save money? I don't have to buy clothes often. I don't have to buy as much food as I thought. My kids don't need as much as I think they need. We don't need this many books in the house. We don't need this many toys in the house. We definitely don't need this many puzzles in the house. Don't have to buy DVDs. Don't have to buy VHS. Don't have to buy physical gifts. One of my things this year is I went away from physical gifts and we did experiences instead. So for my oldest son's 17th birthday, which was in January, you know, it's hard for kids to be like, no presents. He loves country music. So instead, we bought tickets to go take him to see George Strait instead of stuff. Sometimes when you buy stuff for Christmas or birthdays or whatever, you feel like, oh, 2 things isn't enough. You know, very Harry Potter-esque with like, what's his cousin's name? The Dursleys. The cousin. You know what I'm saying? Who is that? I go brain dead when when I'm trying to like do things live. Dudley, thank you. When Dudley's like, last year I had 37. Last year I had 37 presents. Right? It's not, you get into this trap of like, oh, but that's not enough, but that's not enough, but that's not enough. My husband totally does this. So last year for Christmas, we didn't do any gifts at all. We did a trip. We did a Christmas trip with the family as the gift. And we were gone over Christmas. So it actually kind of made it easy to be like, no stockings, no presents. But my husband was like, oh, I got to get, you know, so-and-so this for Christmas. And I'm like, no, you don't, because we're not doing that. Anyway, you just notice how much you already have. So you don't just buy to buy stuff. If that makes sense. Dudley. Yeah, Charlene, I would recommend the chair. It's big. So if like you're looking for a living room, it's got a large footprint. What? It's large. Yeah, I don't consider myself well off when I can afford Restoration Hardware. Same. I'll consider myself well off when I can buy the pre-cut bowl of fruit, which I still don't do. So I guess I haven't really made it yet. Is it Charlotta? What is it? The grocery pal PayPal doesn't work outside the US. You may have to just do credit card outside the US. I didn't research that a ton. So I'm going to have to, I'll double check on that. Don't I get cold feet? I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe. Nutmeg is also saying the PayPal function doesn't work. Okay, I would recommend using credit card. I will test the PayPal function. The back end stuff is trickier than you'd think with that stuff. So I'm going to have to mess with that a little bit more. I do have one last question as we kind of wrap this up for you guys. I would love to hear in the chat, or if you watch this later, in the comments. I am working on putting together a cooking boot camp where we would do like 1 hour live videos. So you guys can learn how to cook more confidently in the kitchen. So with that in mind, as a beginner, what type of things do you want to learn to cook? I will take notes right now as I prep to put together this like cooking boot camp for people. Yes, I am taking all the supplements. I have researched every nerve regeneration, skin regeneration supplement. I'm taking them all. Yeah, this is what it is, Deb. That's a good point. You don't realize the mindless spending that you do until you declutter. That's what it is. You should get an email with the download. So it should come straight to your email, and the download's in the email. So give it a few minutes or check your spam folder. Okay, what else? Oh, what happened to my finger? I almost cut it off. I'm actually kind of lucky to have a finger. Honestly, could have been worse. It's slow and annoying, but could have been worse. Really, really worse. Oh, 30-minute meals. Okay, that's fun. Okay, these are great suggestions. Okay, I'm going to ask any last questions before we wrap it up. Any last questions? Calling your final questions now. Last call. Interesting. What do you do if your friends don't have much money and you do, and then feel like you have to pay for them? Maybe invite them to do something else that doesn't cost anything, or pay for them. Like, those are the two options. So you could do game night at your house instead of going out to dinner. If you want them to come with you to a concert and you know they can't afford the tickets, just buy the tickets and be like, hey, I have these 2 extra tickets to blah, blah, blah. Do you want to go? Like, if you have that much money and your friends don't, and you want to do stuff with them, just pay for them. And don't expect anything. Or suggest something cheaper. Those are my suggestions on that one. My daughter's doing fantastic. Thanks so much. I chatted with her earlier today. Oh, she's so fun. I miss having her in the house, but man, I freaking love her. She's so positive and fun, and she just makes everything fun. You said I got rid of all subscriptions. Seems not possible. Yeah, all subscriptions aren't really possible. I got rid of streaming subscriptions because I had too many. I didn't like that it was so easy to plop my butt down and click on the TV and have 500 options. That's what bothered me. And I didn't want to pay for all of them. So I just decided to not pay for them. So I canceled, yes, all of the streaming subscriptions for TV. We own DVDs. I go to the library. YouTube TV, not TV. If you just go into YouTube, not paid, and search for movies, like on the left-hand side, they have free movies like all the time. I just found Return to Me, which is one of my favorite like rom-coms, I guess. It's so sweet. I always cry the first 10 minutes, but it's so sweet, so funny. And then what else did they have that I thought was awesome? I can't remember, but I saw Return to Me and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally need to watch that with my sons. I love showing my sons like 90s and 2000 movies. I feel like they were better back then. Okay, what else? Man, you guys have a lot of questions. Wow, I should have done more. Should have done more. Right now, I am in between reading. I just finished. No, that's not true. I lied. I just finished a Frida McFadden book. I am listening to Talking as Fast as I Can by Lauren Graham. I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. I'm listening to that on Audible. And then I have The Fourth Wing sitting on my nightstand. I haven't picked it up yet, but it's sitting there looking in my eyes. Okay. Yeah, Google TV is free. Is it Tubi? Tubi is also free. Like, it's free. What do I do for screen time? What does that mean? I like TV shows. I used to can food. I haven't done it in a while. Pluto TV is free. Good. Yeah. What do I regret buying? That knife that cut my finger. If the knife hadn't been so freaking sharp, I don't think it would have cut me as deep. It was so dang sharp. My first house, we bought our first house in 2006, right before the real estate crash. So I do regret that one. Yeah. Okay. That is going to be it for the questions. That's going to be it for today's live stream. I'm so glad you guys decided to come hang out with me for the day. Happy Friday. I hope you have some fun plans for the weekend. Reminder, I have those 2 downloads down in the doobly-doo below. I have the free meal planning and 2 recipes. It's totally free. And then I have the 24-page workbook. If you want to buy it, it's $3. Save money on your groceries. I think everybody wants to do that. So appreciate you guys hanging out. If you're the praying kind, I would love some prayers for the speedy recovery of my finger, skin, and nerves. And I will chat with you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.